everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sophie if you are new here, and if you are, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel and join the Bookish family. It means a lot to me. So we're actually going to be doing like a mood reading vlog this weekend. So it's Friday today and I've just finished placement. It's around lunchtime now and I'm so happy. I have like 6 weeks off now to do whatever I want, and you know there's going to be some serious reading getting done. So yeah, I'm just going to bring you along for my weekend, see what we read. You know what mood reading is? It's basically where you don't have a set TBR for a video or the week or month. You kind of just pick up a book that you're feeling in that moment and get to reading it. And I don't know how many books I'll read this weekend, but it seems we'll just go through it and see how it goes. I have a lot of time on my hands now and I'm so happy that I can just read without feeling guilty or anything like that. So the first book that we're going to read is actually The Crimson Moth by Christina Cicerelli. I hope I'm saying that right. It's quite hard to pronounce. I don't know too much about it. I had this on my Amazon wishlist and I was kindly ferried by one of my friends over on Book Talk. So I'm very thankful. I'll also leave my little book talk here if you want to go and follow. But yeah, I don't know much about it. We're going to get straight into it and I'll probably update you guys when I have a little bit more grasp of the world and the characters and just the general plot. Okay, we have just reached page 100 of The Crimson Moth. I've been reading for like just over an hour now, and I would say that I'm flying through it. Also, the writing in the book is quite large, so it's quite easy to kind of gauge and read. It's not like I'm squinting the whole time, which happens sometimes with with hardbacks. But she's just so beautiful as well. I can't stop staring at the cover. I just love her. So basically, I kind of understand the story a little bit more now. So we have Rune, and she has found out, she didn't find out till later, but she is a witch. And in this society that she lives in, the kingdom, they basically purge witches, they kill them, because they're obviously scared of their powers. And I think witches used to rule the kingdom, but they got overturned by humans and got taken over. And then since then, like the revolution, they've just been picking them off one by one and getting rid of them. So Rune has successfully kind of survived thus far, and she has this role where she is called the Crimson Moth. So during the night, she goes out past curfew, because they have a curfew in place, so you're not allowed out, to kind of prevent witches from meeting up and doing spells in the dark. So she goes out and basically helps witches. There's this team called the Blood Guard, so they're in charge of finding them and killing them. So she is out on the streets preventing this and saving witches, getting them off the island, kingdom, whatever you call it. And it's, yeah, I really like the premise of this story. So then she knows that she needs to get some information to save one of her friends. And she decides that she's going to try and become romantic with one of the main Blood Guard officers, like the leader, called Gideon. And he seems lovely. She's already best friends with his brother, so there's that kind of in the mix as well. And it's a little bit of like, who will she end up with, or if she ends up with any of them. But yeah, so she decides that she's gonna court Gideon, and he decides the same thing, because he kind of has this inkling that she is the Crimson Moth. Obviously he is correct, but he doesn't know that, and he wants to kind of prove people wrong. And obviously it's kind of like an enemies to lovers situation, I think, because at the start they obviously hate each other, but they're acting like they want to be together or they fancy each other. Just really good so far. That's all I can update you on at the minute, but I'm going to carry on reading now. I have a little bit more time this morning before I need to go and play tennis. So yes, overall so far this is really vibing with me and I am enjoying it quite a bit. It's been a few hours now since I updated you, and honestly, I went to play tennis, I did some chores around the house, and I've just been flying through this book. I can't describe it. The writing just really works well with my brain. It's easy to understand. I I know who the characters are and the side characters as well. I just really love this world. I think it's quite similar to Powerless in a way, where you've got like two people on opposing sides of like the revolution or the war, and they're trying to get at each other, but at the same time feelings complicate things when you just realise that the other person is just human, and who is the real enemy, you need to work that out. And I feel like a lot of people have been lied to in this world about the corruption and how it's meant to work, and I just think it's kind of worrying me, because I know that they care about each other, but will they be, or do they hate the other kind of species enough to be able to like kill each other at the end? Because things are ramping up, a lot of action is taking place, and there's like things that are being revealed that I am so shocked by. I just cannot believe it. And so yeah, we've got like 70 pages left now, and I'm scared about what's going to happen, but I'm going to take you guys along with me. Just finished it. I need the next book now, and I did look online and it's not out until February 2025, so we have a while to wait. Not too long though, but that's good, because Onyx Storm, Rebecca Yarros is January and this is February, so it's going to be some good new releases. But wow, this book, I really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to settle on 4.5 stars ratings wise. I've been thinking about it the whole time. Just something that just isn't scratching my brain, like that 5-star itch that just... And I think with the characters, there was that I didn't 100% gel to them and care about them in a way that I do other characters, like if they had died, maybe I would have not been too upset. But yeah, this book left it on such a cliffhanger, ready for the next book, and it's just, I cannot wait to delve right in. I will say, and I think I've seen it on TikTok as well, the similarities plot-wise between this and Powerless by Lauren Roberts, very similar in a way. Obviously you've got witches, and in that one you've got like powerful elites and powerless people. However, yeah, similar plot lines. If you do enjoy that book, then definitely pick this one up, because it's along the same premise and you'll understand it, and it's just one of those romanticities that are just, I eat it up. I eat it up for breakfast, lunch and dinner. I can't explain why. Okay, so that's obviously our first book of this reading vlog completed, and a good one to start off the weekend with. I think I kind of have an idea of what I want to read next. I have a few hours now until I have work this evening, so let's pick this up and start it together. So since I last spoke to you, I've gone to work, come home, kind of had a little relax, shower, and throughout the day I've managed to get to page 105 of Legend by Mary Lou, and I'm really enjoying it. So just a little bit about the world and the background. It's based in America. It's quite confusing to explain. It's like a dystopian society, so if you don't know what dystopian means, it's almost like a fantasy world without magical elements. So it involves like a lot of uprisings, revolutions, corrupt governments, all those types of things. And in this world, we're set in America, and obviously you used to have all the states and things, but now there is a place called the Republic that have taken over, and it's kind of split the country into two. So you've got the Republic, which takes over a lot of the land, and then around it is the colonies. So it's the Republic against the colonies. And that's kind of what you need to know for the premise. It's not as confusing to read about as it is to explain, I think. But basically we follow our main character Day, and when you're younger, you have to do a test and it decides where you end up in life. And he basically we find out that he has failed this test, and he then has to be taken away from his family and is basically homeless, almost like Divergent if you've seen it. Like if you don't go into a faction, you're kind of in the homeless community. So he's one of our POVs, and then we've also got June, and she scored the highest marks ever on this test. So she is high up in the military education. She's learning to be a soldier and wants to one day take over her brother Matthias, who is, I think, like a general or something. So they're the POVs that we're following, and you can just see that their paths are definitely going to cross soon, and I cannot wait for that moment because it's going to be so good. But yeah, I'm really liking the way that it's written and the world and everything. So that's my little update. I'm going to be stopping reading this evening. We're going to watch some X-Men. We're going through all the films at the minute in chronological order. It's very fun. And yeah, tomorrow's Saturday morning, so I'll pick up the camera then and I'll update you guys on my reading. Good morning, happy Saturday. So glad it's the weekend. Been reading this morning, as you have seen, and we're now on page 247 of Legend. So I have like 60 pages left of this book, so we finish this very shortly. When I tell you I love this world, I love the characters, and I love the way that Mary Lee writes it. Obviously it's YA, dystopian in a sense, and I think I'm in my YA mood. I find a lot of the times the romances, when it's purely based off like sexual chemistry, I detach myself a lot from them. Sometimes obviously I am in the mood for them, sometimes I'm not. But with the YA, I feel like the plot needs to be good because they can't rely solely on how attractive the two characters are together. And this story and like the love story within it is so sweet. Obviously, we've got like an enemies to lovers situation going on, and I'm so happy that it's like a trilogy because I get to read more about June and Day. Like, I love them so much, and Day is such a strong character in a way where he's not arrogant or anything like that. He's just been through so much in his life, and you just really root for them. I think that's why I'm loving it, because you want it to go their way and you want them to be alright. But yeah, just a little update there. Nearly finished with this book and definitely be finishing it this morning. I'm so obsessed right now. This could be a 5-star read for me. Good morning. So it's Sunday morning now. I'm currently at work, but I just wanted to pick up the camera just to update you guys that I finished Legend last night. It was so good. I feel like it's a 5-star, but then that not 100% certainty. I'm like, maybe it's just a 4.5 because it's not like it gave me like the tingles or anything. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, overall, the world building, the characters, everything, it was so good. And I understand why a lot of people here on YouTube, when I post like YouTube shorts, it was like, read Legend, read the trilogy. And I completely understand now. So working for a little bit now, and then when I get home, we're gonna pick up The Housemaid, the third one. Housemaid is Watching, I believe it's called, by Freida McFadden. So I'm very excited to finish off the little trilogy of the Housemaid series, and yeah, I'll update you guys when I pick up that book. Hold on. It's a few hours later now, and I am now on page 150 of The Housemaid is Watching, and in this story it's the third one obviously of the Housemaid trilogy, the last one, and we are following Millie, who now has 2 kids, and she's moving in with her partner, and they've gone into this really nice neighborhood where they're kind of like the poor ones on the street, and it seems to me that there are some creepy people living there. Like, everyone seems to be kind of involved in everyone's business. You've got people staring at them through windows. It's all just a little bit creepy as always with Freida McFadden, but yeah, as always it's fast paced and I'm enjoying it at the minute. I'm gonna cook now and then we'll pick up in a bit where I'm at with you guys. I have finished The Housemaid is Watching by Freida McFadden. Didn't update you guys too much today, which I apologise for, just because I've been busy with work, chilling. You know, sometimes it's just not ideal. Also, do we like this light? Because I think it's like 8 PM now, so it's making it look a lot better than it would with like just a normal light on. I got it off TikTok shop. But yeah, my thoughts on this book. I think with the Housemaid series, my ratings have probably got less and less each time. I think the first one I was shocked by, the second one was like, yeah, a little bit shocked, and then this one was like, oh, it was okay. It was once again very outlandish, and it almost feels like Freida just throws any ending in. But I do like her books, and I get through them really quickly because they really are fast paced. And yeah, it was weird obviously, because normally in a thriller you don't get attached to characters, but I did actually care, you know, what happened to Millie and her family, because it's the third book of her in. So yeah, I think overall it's probably like a 3.75 stars for me, but overall just a fun read, and they just creep me out so much. Like, I have to be careful not to read them just before bed, because I will not be able to sleep. I'm one of those people that probably have to watch like cartoons afterwards.
This is illegal, bro.
So there we have it. We have our 3 books that we've read over the weekend. Really good actually to get through 3 books on the Friday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm really happy. I obviously am in like a mood, as you could say. And obviously we've covered fantasy, dystopian, and then like thriller, mystery. It's been a very jumbled up, random genre, but that's kind of what I like. I don't really like to read the same genre after the other, because I find myself getting bored, like especially romance. I can't read 2 romance books in a row because it just doesn't go well for me usually, obviously unless they're really good. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this little reading vlog, and I think it's my first kind of mood reading one without kind of like a goal or a set TBR. So I'm very happy to have filmed that, and it's been a lot of fun for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.